Are you holding on to your current Toyota Tacoma until the redesign? I'm actually kind of excited for it. Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. So the big question is, and I've asked myself this, are you holding on to the Toyota Tacoma that you currently have until the redesign comes out, either as probably a 2024, maybe a 2025, and pushing it, maybe even a 2026. Now that's a long time to wait. You know, I have a 2021, and if I'm being honest, I've had the bug recently. I've thought about maybe trading it off and maybe going to another model just to start again. But then I thought, gee, Rob, why would you do that? I made a video about that. Why would I do that? That's crazy. It's basically just another third generation Toyota Tacoma. And that's part of the reason why I think Toyota definitely needs to get this redesigned truck out there. You know, there are people like me who would buy another truck if there was something different enough to do so. Right now, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I might even keep it beyond when the redesign comes out, along with the redesign, to kind of compare the two. I'm going to be very interested, and that's one of my points, and we'll get to that. But let's go ahead and get into it. There's really 6 things that excite me about the upcoming redesign. Number 1 is the 4-cylinder turbo. Now, I know this is pretty controversial amongst Toyota Tacoma enthusiasts, but I have to say, after having a 4-cylinder turbo in the Hyundai Santa Cruz, I'm pretty excited about it. If I can have the same reaction, the same experience out of a 4-cylinder turbo Tacoma as what I have in the Santa Cruz, I'm all for it. It would be awesome. That truck, the Santa Cruz, is quick, there's no lag, and it is fun to drive. Plenty of power. And I hope Toyota does that. I think one of the biggest improvements they could make, no matter going to a 4-cylinder turbo or even keeping a 6-cylinder, is to get rid of that built-in lag. It just makes the Tacoma not fun to drive. Number 2, the tech improvements. You know, it's no secret on my channels that I love technology. I say the more the better. Put it in the truck, let's have it. Even though I know I run the risk of having problems. Obviously, the more gadgets and gadgets and stuff that you add to the truck, the more opportunity there's going to be to have problems. I mean, after all, computers really weren't meant to be mobile and jostled and bounced around all over the place, right? And that's basically what we have in the more modern trucks out there. A lot of computer stuff. But I say bring it on. I want the bigger screen. I want to be able to talk to the radio. You know, Toyota's got that technology. I hear they're putting it, I think, in the Lexus. I want to be able to tell the radio what to do. You know, hey radio, go to station blah, 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 or give me directions to so-and-so, but I want it to work well. You know, I don't want it to be asking for directions to the, I don't know, gas station I've never gone to and I end up at a fast food restaurant. It does have to work, and that's important. Number 3, comparison to the 3rd generation, as I mentioned. For me, it would be very interesting to see what actually they do with the redesign. You know, are they going to keep a lot of the stuff that we currently have? I got to imagine there's going to be some sharing of things that maybe aren't critical systems. I mean, if you want to take it to the extreme, well, they're both going to have beds, obviously. Are they both going to have composite beds? Are they going to do something more with the bed? As an example, are they going to give us a trunk in the bed? Which I think would be really cool. I think they definitely should do that. What about LEDs all the way around? Are they going to be some new version? Are they going to be maybe giving us colors? I doubt that very much. But these are things that they could do. That's an extreme. Sure, that won't happen. But it's going to be very cool to see what they keep and what they don't keep, what they update, and what's improved in this new truck. Number 4, the elephant in the room, fuel economy. Especially if things don't get any better. And I'm not so sure they're going to. You know, we're at about mid $4 per gallon range here where I am in South Texas right now. I've seen over 7 reported on the web. $7 a gallon. That is absurd. It's insane. They have to do something with fuel economy no matter what. I'm getting about, I'm going to round up, about 15 miles per gallon average in my Toyota Tacoma. Now I know it's got some added weight, it's got some bigger tires, blah, 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 but still, that's horrible. In the Santa Cruz, I use that as an example because I have one, I'm getting about 24, 25 miles per gallon doing the same kind of driving that I do in the Toyota Tacoma. Why can't the Tacoma be there? It certainly should be these days. I don't see any reason why they can't, particularly if they're gonna jam a 4-cylinder turbo down our throats. We need to get something for it, and it's gotta come in the form of fuel economy. I'm not willing to give up any power either. Matter of fact, as I mentioned, I want more. Number 5, ride quality. And yes, I know it's a truck, but still, given what we have out there today, and again, going back to the mini trucks, it's night and day difference. You know, driving around the Santa Cruz, which I know is a whole different setup, it really feels like you're riding around in an SUV, and some would argue that you really are. It's a Santa Fe with a bed on the back. Now, I'm not saying the Tacoma has to be exactly like that, but I think it could be a little bit better, a little bit smoother. That's not too hard to achieve. Different shocks, different struts, a little bit of dampening. They should be able to get it there. I mean, after all, it is a 4-door vehicle. A lot of people use them today as family haulers. They take trips in them. They run back and forth to the store. There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to set it up to make it comfortable while you're doing it. I think as a manufacturer, Toyota has to know their audience. What are people doing with the trucks? You know, I always find it funny when they have the big announcements. They always tout the off-road capability, which is cool, but only 4 to 6% actually ever take them off-road. Even fewer engage 4-wheel drive. So who are they really talking to? I mean, I would think on Toyota's part, they would want to get a broader audience, a broader customer base. To do that, you've got to give that base what they want, right? Number 6, the last one, added options. I want more stuff on it. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have a more base model that doesn't have fewer things on it. But I mentioned earlier, I want the trunk in the bed. I think that'd be cool. I want LED lights all the way around. I want them on the inside, I want them on the outside. The one that I have right now just has halogen bulbs. I don't want that. I want the option of a louder exhaust. I'll pay more for it, but it should only be if you want it. A factory lift. I'm not talking about a lift that you can go in and have put on later. I want it to arrive at the dealership lifted. Now I know you can get that in the TRD Pro, but that's the only one you can get it in. And you get a bunch of other stuff with it that you don't want. I'd like to see a lifted off-road, a lifted sport version, maybe just its own category, a lifted version. All kinds of different things they could put in, center console trays, built-in things that are very handy. One thing that I really loved was that in-floor storage box, 2 of them that were in the Ram trucks. That's an awesome additional feature. Just an example, but there's no reason why Toyota couldn't do something like that as well. Why not? It's just those cool little innovative things that make the truck even more attractive. Anyway, I'm curious, are you holding off getting the new Toyota Tacoma or getting a new Toyota Tacoma until the redesign comes out? Are you going to hold on to what you have for now until then, like I am? Leave a comment. I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive MT, all about mini trucks, currently that Hyundai Santa Cruz, and RobMotive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. I just added a Jeep Gladiator Mojave to the channel, and it is awesome. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.